Latite v2 has been updated to 1.21. So to get Latite client, you want to head over to their official website, latite.net, which is going to be linked down in the description below, together actually with my Discord server, and I greatly appreciate it if you could join that. Anyways, on their website, simply click on this download button over here, then on download once again, and the download will automatically start. Now as you can see in my downloads, I have the Latite client installer. I can simply click on it just like this, and the installer will start up automatically. Great, it's being completed. I can now press any key, and that's going to close that. I now have Latite installed, and I can simply look for it right over here. It's now as an app on my device. I can launch it right through here, and by simply clicking on launch over here, it'll actually automatically start up Minecraft. You can right click this launch button as well, and then you can select a custom DLL file if you want to do so, as well as there being a settings area right over here and some of their links down in the bottom. Anyways, I can click on launch as I said to start this up, and as you can see right now, Minecraft will start up with Latite automatically injected, which is great. So now I'm just going to head into a Minecraft world and I'll show you how to use this. So here inside of Minecraft, you can simply press on M on your keyboard, and that is going to open up the mod menu area. We can click on this mod settings bit right over here, and we'll get the full Click GUI. I really love the way this looks. Latite client is definitely one of my favorite clients out there. Anyways, in this Click GUI area, you can simply click on these utilities just like this, and you'll get a little bit of a customization menu right here, which we'll take a little bit more of a look at later. You can click right over here to turn them on, and then you can click that once again to actually turn them off again. Now, right up here, you can actually also sort by different categories, game, HUD, and then plugins, which I don't currently have any of. I'll put this at all for right now, and you can actually also search for stuff if you do wish to do so, or if you're looking for something specific. Anyways, back to these little customization menus. In here, there's just some simple customization, but a really important part that some of these have is a hotkey. As you can see, currently, there is no hotkey set for this utility, but I can simply click on that right over there, and then I can press on any key on my keyboard, and that'll be set as the hotkey for, in this case, Armor HUD. And it says it when you hover above it, but you can right click on that once again, and that is actually going to reset the keybind if you don't want to have it anymore. Now, as with other PvP clients, some of the utilities that the Latite client has are going to be things that show up on your screen. For example, the FPS counter, which will display your FPS, or a clock, or for example, a combo counter, right? I've turned all those on for right now, and if I close out of here, as you can see, they're all going to be in the top left-hand side of my screen. But let's say I don't want that. Well, I can press on M over here, and now I can select all of these things, and I can move them around. As you can see, you can also use your scroll wheel on top of these, and that's going to allow you to increase their size or decrease their size just like this. Really cool is that snapping is turned on, so you can perfectly snap these to anywhere you want on your screen. Let's I want my clock to be right up here, for example, and then I'd like my FPS counter to be right down in this corner together with my combo counter, and I want them to line up correctly. So I'll make the combo counter a little smaller, for example. Basically just like that. In this mod settings area where we have the Quick GUI, we can click on this button right over here, and that is going to open this up as well. Now, as you can see, I wasn't able to very precisely size the combo counter, but in this case, I can go into here, and I can actually tweak the exact size in its customization menu area, as well as the fact that you can set a keybind to turn it off and on from your screen, as well as choose a custom location and change its appearance. And that basically works for all of the things that show up on your screen. You can customize entirely the way that they look. And the best part is that in the bottom over here, you'll get a little bit of a preview of what, in this case, the combo counter is going to be looking like. Anyways, I can turn those off for right now, but there are a few important things that I recommend you take a look at. So here are some of the utilities that I highly recommend. First off, we have the zoom. This is definitely one of the best ones. It has a default keybind of C, which is also the zoom key that Optifine uses. If I turn this on, just like so, I can use the C keybind to zoom in and out, just like that, which is definitely very, very useful. Now, once again, in the zoom area, I also recommend you turn on the animation. You can tweak the speed if you wish to do so, but what that will do is basically give you a smooth zoom. As you can see, that looks really cool, and yes, it's just about the same as it would look when you're using a spyglass. Anyways, going back into here, another one I highly recommend is the FPS counter. We already took a brief look at this. Anyways, that's going to show up on your screen and display exactly how much frames per second you have. So apart from this Click GUI area obviously looking phenomenal, it's worth mentioning that this doesn't actually pause the game. We have a little bit of a settings area up here where you can tweak the blur intensity. Some people like to do that, as well as actually set the custom keybind for the menu. By default, this is set to M, but you can change this if you wish to do so, together with some of the general appearance of this client. You can also set an eject key, which is by default end, and basically what that will do is remove the client from your game. It'll also be removed every time that you restart Minecraft, unless of course you're using the Latite client launcher. You can search in the settings as well, although there isn't, as you can see, a lot of need for that. Anyways, that isn't actually all, because in the chat over here, this client also has commands. We can type .help just like this, and we'll get a short list of all of the commands that this client supports. As you can see, there's 6 of them, and it gives a brief description of them here as well. These can help load and manage configs as well as plugins. And that's basically it, but of course that's completely fine, and these commands can definitely still help you to perform a bunch of actions. Anyways, for right now though, that was basically that. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I do of course hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye.